All right, so we're going to take A plus G. You do not have to rewrite them down, okay? Just go ahead and, simply look at it. And here's A and here's G, and let's add them up. Now, you remember that all you do is just add up the numbers in the corresponding spots, right? So 2 plus 3 is 5. 0 plus 10 is 10. 3 plus 7 is 10. 6 plus negative 5 is 1. Be careful, you are not using a calculator, so it gets a little tricky. Negative 3 plus 3 is 0, and 4 plus negative 4 is 0. You feel pretty confident in your addition skills of matrices? Yeah?
So we don't have to rewrite out
like it right next to each other? You don't. Nope. If you can do that in your head, that's great. You can. I'll give you enough room on the quiz if you want to write them down. That's fine. All right, the next one is now to subtract A minus G. You want to try that one real quick? You can do it without a calculator. A minus G. So take everybody in their corresponding spots and subtract them. Now remember, whatever we don't finish here, you're going to have to do for homework. I'm collecting this tomorrow. So 2 minus 3 is negative 1. 0 minus 10 is negative 10. Make sure you're doing this in the correct order too. A minus G. 3 minus 7 is negative 4. 6 minus negative 5 is 11. Negative 3 minus 3 is negative 6. And 4 minus negative 4 is 8. Everyone okay? We're good? Did I mess up? Sometimes I mess up. It's easy to make mistakes. I mean, that's really 6 problems in one, isn't it? Okay, how about E plus F? Good. Does not exist. They look almost the same. Well, E is a, what's E? E is a 1 by 3, and F is a 3 by 1. I know those have the same numbers in them, but they're not the same dimension. Same dimension means their rows equal each other and their columns equal each other, and these do not. Okay? So, does not exist, D and E for short. All right, now we're going to do 5 times matrix B. 5 is a constant, and when a constant is being multiplied times a matrix, what do? Yes, you multiply. You distribute to all the parts, right? Okay, so let's do it. 5 times matrix B. Ooh, matrix B, that's a big one. 3 by 3. Multiply everything by 5. Do you know your multiplication tables, your 5s? No? Well, you better review them tonight. Get your 4th grade flashcards out. No? My son, he needs some help on his multiplication because I was in grad school those years and I didn't help him much. Oopsies. And 5 times, oopsies, yep, 5 times 5, 25. Okay? You feel pretty good? Do we need to do the next one? I'm going to leave the next one for you to do, number 5. How about 6? Half of C. Half of C. So take 1/2 and multiply everything, and you can leave your fractions if you want to. So 1/2 of 7 is 7/2, or 3.5, whatever you prefer. Half of 4 is 2. Half of 3 is 3/2, and half of 2 is 1. Any questions so far? We're doing pretty good, right? This is the easy part of matrices, adding and subtracting. Okay, I'm going to let you do number 7 on your own, but let's do number 8 right now. We're going to do G minus 2A. Now, for me, personally, I need to write this down. So G is 3, 10, 7, negative 5, 3, negative 4. And I'm going to subtract 2 times A. So I'm going to go over here to matrix A, and I'm going to multiply it by 2. I'm going to get 4, 0, 6, 12, negative 6, 8. Okay? So I wrote them down. I wrote G down, and this is 2 times A. And now I'm going to take those, and I'm going to subtract them. Okay? So every single corresponding element in the same spot. So 3 minus 4 gives me negative 1. And then 10 minus 0 is 10. 7 minus 6 is 1. Negative 5 minus 12 is negative 17. 3 minus negative 6 is 9. And -4 minus 8 is -12. Anybody get that before I did? Yeah, good. Quiz is tomorrow, yeah. Quiz is basically just on, adding, subtracting, scalar multiplication, which is by a constant, and then matrix multiplication, which is coming up right now. All right, so if you've been tuning me out, you might not want to, because the next ones are the multiplication. These are the hardest ones. So far, I've left you number 5 and number 7 to do on your own, so make sure you do those. All right, now what we're going to do for number 9 is we're going to multiply C times D, okay? That's outside?
Yeah.
Oh, they're working over there. Wow, that sounded like music coming out of someone's headphones. No? Okay, I'm old. My ears are old, so. All right, here we go. Number 9, C times D. For me, I need to multiply them. I need to write them down right next to each other. You don't have to, but I have to. All right, so C is 7, 4, 3, 2. And make sure you write them down in the correct order. C times D is not D times C with matrices. Okay, and then D is -3, 5, 0, 2. So here we go. We're going to multiply these. And this is a 2 by 2. And this is a 2 by 2. And because these are equal to each other, we can multiply. And our answer is going to be another 2 by 2. So let's do it. I'm going to put it over here, give myself some room. So here we go. Let's see if you remember how to do this. We're going to multiply rows by columns, okay? So the first one is I'm going to go across the row of the first matrix while going down the column of the second one. That's going to give me my row 1, column 1 in my new matrix over here. So I get 7 times -3 is -21 plus 4 times 0, which is 0. Okay? All right, so then I'm going to do it again. This time I'm going across this row, same row, but I'm moving on to the next column. Okay? So I'm going to go 7 times 5 is 35. I'm kind of crowding into the other guy. 7 times 5 is 35, and 4 times 2 is 8. You see what we did? We went across the first row and down the columns of the other one. Now, once you've finished going across the row and down all the columns, we're going to go to the next row. So I'm going to go across this row and back down the next columns. Because this is row 2, column 1. It's going to go in my new matrix in row 2, column 1. So I go 3 times -3 is -9. 2 times 0 is 0. Don't you love when you have 0 in that one of those matrices? I do. And then finally, the last one will be across this row and down this last column. 3 times 5 is 15, plus 2 times 2 is 4. Okay, so my answer is, I got -21. 35 plus 8 is what, 43? -9, 19. There you go. Not too bad, right? Just remember, rows of the first column, rows of the first matrix, columns of the second. All right, A times B. Ha! Sweet. Guess what? I was worried that I didn't have enough room. But what's A? What's matrix A? It is a 3 by 2. Matrix A is a 3 by 2. And what's matrix B? A 3 by 3. Right? So guess what? Those aren't equal to each other. They have to be equal to each other. Because if you picture it, yeah. If you're going to go across row A, let's look. If I'm going to go across row A and down row B, not everybody has a match. It's very sad. It's like prom, you know. So 2 times -2, 0 times 2. Oh, no. No date, which is probably good. You know, you don't want to date. It costs money and options. You keep your options open. Anyway, so number 10. So this right here does not exist. Yay. Don't you love those? Let's do like 5 of those, right? Okay, how about EF? Can we multiply E times F? Let's see. E is a 1 row by 3 columns. And F is a what? 3 rows, 1 column. Oh, we just did one of these, didn't we, in the homework? So our 3's are equal, and our answer is going to be a 1 by 1. Do you want to try this? You try it. Yeah, you want to. Look at your face. You do. Just give me this face like, ew. But yes, try it. You'll like it. Okay, try to do this without a calculator, though. So here we go. We're going across this row and down this column. Everybody's going to match up. So the first matches up. 4 times 2 is 8. Plus -8 times 3 is -24. What happened? And then plus 10 times 4 is 40. And what do we get? What'd you get? 24. 24. Perfect. Yay. Who got that? A lot of you. Good. Okay. All right, let's move on. I want to leave a couple of these for you to do. I'm going to leave number 12 for you to try. Let's look at 13 and 14 together. 13. B times G. Can we do it? Yes, we can. Oh, that's a really big one. All right, let's do it together. This is good. How about the last one? E times G. Oh, you can do that one too. Dang, I was hoping like one of those we didn't have to do. Does A times C work? Yeah, they all work. Okay, give yourself some room. So let's do 13. Let's do B times G. Here we go. I'm going to write it down just because I need to. And this is -2, 1. If you can do this one, you could probably do any of them because this one's pretty intense. 2, 0, 4. Not with like how big the numbers are or anything, but just the size of the matrices. So that's matrix B, and we're going to multiply it by matrix G. G is 3, 10, 7, -5, and 3, -4. Okay, so first of all, do this. Look to see what their sizes are. So this one right here is a 3 by 3, and this one is 3 rows, 2 columns. It's a 3 by 2. So we're good to go on the matrices, and then we're going to end up with a 3 by 2. Okay? All right, so let's do it. Here we go. So we're going, remember, always go across and down. So we're going across the first row, down the first column. That's going to give us our first row, first column in our new matrix. It is, yeah. All right, so we're going to go -2 times 3 is -6. 1 times 7 is 7. And -1 times 3 is -3. You're right, plus -3 or -3. Okay? That's our first one. Then we're going to go across and down. So -2 times 10 is -20. 1 times -5 is -5. And -1 times -4 is +4. Whew. So we just did our first row with both columns. Now let's move to the next row. Are you ready? We're going to do this row, and this column is our second row, first column. We're going right here. So 2 times 3 is 6. 0 times 7 is 0. It's very exciting when we get a 0 like that. And then 4 times 3 is 12. Okay, next one. Across same row, but down the next column. So 2 times 10, everybody matches up. The first with the first, second with the second, third with the third. 2 times 10 is 20. 0 times -5 is 0. And 4 times -4 is -16. All right, one more to go. Ooh, it has a 0 in it. That's fun. We're going to go across and down. 0 times 3 is 0. See where I'm getting these? The first times the first. 2 times 7 is 14. 5 times 3 is 15. Okay? And then finally the last one, across the last row and down the column. 0 times 10 is 0. 2 times -5 is -10. 5 times -4 is -20. Whew! I probably won't give you anything that ginormous. That's a pretty big one. So then what do we get? Let's see, we get -2. Because -6 plus 7 is 1. 1 minus 3 is -2. -25 plus 4 is -21. 6 plus 0 plus 12 is 18. 20 plus 0 plus -16 is 4. And this one's 29. And the last one's -30. Yay!
The last one is 0.
0, -10, -20.
So it's just 0 minus 7.
Yep. Okay, so, and I'm also going to leave number 14 for you to do. So you got a couple of those. All right, next. All right, this is going to go pretty quick. We don't have much time. So let's talk about these real quick. We're going to state the dimension of the matrix and identify the indicated element. So matrix A, we already kind of talked about their dimension. So what is the dimension of matrix A? It's 3 by 2. And remember how to find out what A12 is? A12 means row 1, column 2. So in matrix A up here, which one is row 1, column 2? What number is there? Does anyone see it?
0.
It's 0. You go to row 1, which is this one, column 2. So there it is, 0. Okay, think you can do the rest of those? I'll let you try the rest of those. All right, so for these, we have to solve. So let's look at number 16. We're going to solve this. We're solving for matrix X. First thing you want to do is I would distribute 3 to everybody. So I have 2x minus 6, -30, 36, and 15. Now, I decided not to distribute the negative. And the reason why is because I'm going to add it over to the other side. So I just distributed the 3 to everybody. What's that? You can distribute -3.
No, it's like, how are we not allowed to have
Oh, yeah. It's just,
You can do it, but it's just like, it'll take longer.
it does, but I'll give you a lot of time. All right, so let's go ahead. We're going to add this matrix over to the other side. And we get 2x equals, we're adding this over. So we're adding 6, -30, 36, and 15. So 0 and 6 make 6. -1 and -30 make -31. 15 plus 36 is, what is that, 41? No, 51. Ooh, I got to catch up on my skills too. And 25. Okay, finally, divide everybody by 2. So you get 3, and you can write it as -31 over 2. You can have fractions in matrices, that's fine. 51 over 2, 25 over 2. Okay, I've got a couple minutes left. I'm going to do one of these. I'm going to do B. I'll do B. And remember, the rest of them are up to you, and you have some book work to do too. Okay, for these, we're going to solve for X and for Y. These aren't hard, right? They're a little. I do try to trick you a little bit. So look at this one. 10x equals -5. Solve for X. Some people will say -2. Those people are wrong. Divide by 10. X is -1/2. X is -1/2. Okay? 0.5 equals 0.5. Pi equals pi. Y squared is 49. What is Y? I heard it. Plus and minus 7. Don't forget. 2 answers on those squareds, okay? 2 answers.